Yeah, let's just jump in. So number 1, going 1 through 22. 3x plus 5 equals 8x minus 5. All right. Do you guys remember from last year maybe? What do we do when x's are on both sides?
Subtract.
Right. You want to get the x's all to one side.
Usually the same.
And then get x by itself. So if there's x's on both sides, probably the best thing to do first is to move them to one side. So how would I get rid of 8x on this side? You can subtract 8x, or if you wanted to, you could get rid of 3x on this side and subtract 3x. Okay, just like getting rid of 5 would be a minus 5, getting rid of 3x would be a minus 3x. Let's see, which one do we want to do? We'll just do this. Minus 8x. Okay, so over here, the 8x is gone. Over here, I have 3x minus 8x. Negative 5x. And the plus 5 is still here. And what do I have left on the right side? Negative 5. Well, it's 5's here. Okay, now it's a normal problem. Okay. Where did we end yesterday? I feel like I used to remember it. You think it was his turn?
Yeah, I didn't go yesterday. Oh wait, did I?
Yeah, we started with you.
Oh yeah, my fault.
And we went somewhere in here?
Oh, sorry, did. No, Trey started.
I already did one.
Yeah.
Oh.
You stopped at
Okay, we'll just do
How
something.
about if I make this, will you restart?
boy.
No, Savvy, what do we do? No shooting.
Oh, 5. Oh, subtract 5.
Subtract 5.
And then just, that's negative 10, so that you said divide negative 5. And x equals positive 5.
2.
Oh, 2.
Boy.
Do not be too stingy with the space. I can't remember. Some of you do great. Some of you like try to fit everything in one line. That is not a good plan.
It's not me. I use like 4 lines.
Yeah.
I use
It's
1, 2, 3,
not
4,
as
5, 6, 7.
That's
Who
plenty.
said something?
That's maybe too many, but
7 is crazy.
3x plus 1.
I'm going to
Okay, just like yesterday, if you want to do like the first step in your head, I don't really care. That'll save at least one line. But I don't want you skipping a bunch. Okay, so Shelby, do you know what we do first on this one? Yeah, distribute the 3. So 3 times x and 3 times 1. Alright, so now it kind of looks like number 1. Do you remember what we did to start number 1? I'll scroll down a little bit. Oh, doesn't fit. When you have x's on both sides, you want to get rid of them on one side.
You would add the 8.
Well, not add. Since this is a positive 8, the minus is on the 12. So if we want to get rid of the minus 12, we would add 12. But to get rid of a positive 8x, right. Yep.
When you're doing that step, does it matter which direction? Like if I did -3?
Yeah. A lot of times I would do minus 3x just to keep it positive because less likely people will get confused if it's positive. 3x minus 8x is kind of like number 1. Okay, then it looks like a normal problem. So Shelby, what do I do now? No, well, x is over here, so I'm trying to get by itself. So I get rid of the plus first. How do I get rid of that? Minus 3. And then when 5 is right next to the x, that means times. So how do I get rid of the times?
Divide.
Didn't this happen yesterday? That was a different time, but didn't that happen yesterday? Somebody Layton is an innocent angel.
No, Layton doesn't put his phone in his pocket.
Why?
That's what Mr. Steele used to say. He would say,
Layton
Layton-
literally always puts
Wait,
his
can I
phone
be
in his
honest
bag
with
and his
you?
phone
Mr.
gets-
Steele, the art teacher?
Yes, he used to say that Layton was an angel.
That's maybe being a little sarcastic, but
Yeah, it was in fifth grade.
Mr. Jordan, I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot to put my phone on silent. Can I?
yeah.
Mr.
If
Jordan.
it's on the wall, you're not
Layton-
gonna get in trouble.
Layton
but-
left his phone in his bag in English, and it kept going off, so I had to open his bag and try to find his
Like,
phone.
it was like
and turn
ringing,
it off.
like somebody was calling you, and Layton dug through your bag and saved you.
Layton.
No.
was-
Yeah,
That happened
I
to me
saved
one time.
Okay.
Layton.
But
Joe
sometimes
dug
it's called on
through your bag
Snapchat.
and saved you.
Yes, they didn't get taken away.
That's a real one right there.
Okay,
Real friend.
$5.
Joe, what should we do on this one?
30 minutes.
Minus 5x. Do you guys know why it wouldn't be ideal to subtract 3x?
Because you wouldn't
And
be
you
able to
have
put
nothing on
that
that
X
side.
by itself.
Well, yeah, we're trying to get x by itself, and if you bring the x's over here, you have more to get rid of. If you bring the x's over here, there's only one thing to get rid of. Okay, you would get it right both ways. If you subtracted 3x on this side, this would be a 0.
It just makes life more complicated.
Which is fine.
Unnecessarily.
Okay,
X equals 1.
That's coming from me.
I'm the one.
Alright.
eleven x minus 8 equals. Let's see, did I copy that right? Okay, so on this one, Chase, can you tell what's different on this one?
There's an X by itself.
Yeah, like the right side is not simplified. There's something we can do to clean this up a little bit, kind of like yesterday. So how can we clean up the right side?
Subtract 1x from 12x.
Yeah, you can put these together. 12x minus 1x is 11x. Oh shoot, I forgot about the weird ones. This is a weird one. Okay, now what, Chase?
Subtract 11x from 11x.
Yeah, you guys see, yeah, 11x minus 11x is 0. You guys see what's weird about this one? Yeah, is that a true statement, -8 equals 9?
No.
No.
So, is it like
So what this means is no matter what I put for x, I'm gonna get something that doesn't work. So it's no solution,
Which is the circle with the line through it?
right. You could write the phrase no solution, or you could just use the symbol no solution. There's no x that will work for this one.
You never know.
Okay, do you guys remember the other weird one?
Infinite.
What makes it infinite solutions?
Oh, when it's the same answer, when it's like negative, without the answer was
Right.
9.
If it had been 9 equals 9, that means no matter what I put in for x, you would have got a true statement. So that would be infinite solutions. So there's one no solution on the odds, one on the evens. There's one infinite solutions. Well, it's not infinite. It's called all real numbers. There's one all real numbers on the odds. There's one all real numbers on the evens. Okay, 6x minus 1 equals x plus 1. So we'll run into the all real numbers here in a bit. All right, Caitlin, what do I do?
Subtract 1x.
Subtract 1x. 6x minus 1x is 5x.
And then you add 1.
might be quicker just to do it yourself than to try and copy everything. At least after the first step. Because you guys know that you need to add 1 and divide by 5. So. Copying it off the board might actually take longer. 5x minus 4 plus 4x. It's 9x minus 20. Alright, Bailey, what should we do first on 11? Distribute. So 5 times x, 5 times negative 4, negative 20. Okay, so we did the multiply first. Now what can we do? Okay, 5x plus 4x can go together. This one kind of has a lot of steps. Alright. This is another weird one. Can you guys see it? Yeah, both sides are identical basically. So if you kept going and subtracted 9x, you get negative 20 equals negative 20.
Infinite solution.
So that basically means no matter, if you think about it, no matter what I put in for x right here, you're going to get the same thing on both sides. Okay, it's not called infinite solutions, it's called all real numbers.
Oh yeah.
There are infinite solutions, but all real numbers just means every number possible, basically. Okay, this is the phrase, you don't have to write it though, you can just write the fancy R, just put a double, or if you just put a capital R, I'm not gonna count it wrong. Alright, Ashlyn, what do we do first on 13?
So the y by itself turns into 1y, and you do 2y minus 2y and 1y minus 2y.
Okay, so 1y minus 2y is negative 1y, or you can just put negative y.
Then you do. I was doing good till now.
You're doing so good. So now it's kind of back to a normal problem, kind of like we did a couple days ago. So we usually get rid of the plus first.
Okay. So 9 minus 9.
Mhm. Okay, how do we get rid of that negative? Or negative 1, I guess you could say. How would we get rid of that?
Multiply.
Actually, yeah, multiplying by negative 1 does get rid of that negative. Usually the way we write it is divide by negative 1, but does the same thing. When you multiply or divide by negative 1, it does not change the value, but it does flip the sign from positive to negative or negative to positive. Fifteen, 8a equals 4a. Alright, Ben, what do we do?
15.
Yeah.
So you combine, you distribute first. So 4a minus 36.
Is there a copy around?
No.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Oh
afterwards,
I hope
He's
you
little
guys.
guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
subtract 4.
Subtract 4a.
So it would be 4a equals negative 36. And then you just divide 4, and then so it would be negative 9.
Stressing.
Got too fast.
That's why I mean, my answer's wrong. I just wrote the answer was -4. Like I know the answer, I just keep writing it wrong.
Why'd you write -4 if it's -9?
Exactly.
Probably because 4 is the last number you wrote.
Oh.
I'll bring it
Some people's brains jump around a lot.
up. It's definitely not just my brain.
Is that like your ADD or whatever?
ADD's crazy.
I have ADD, OCD, ADHD, all.
She got all
You
of
do
them.
not have OCD.
He's a preppy lesbian
I
guy.
did
Watch
not-
out.
It's not prescribed, it's just a
It's
self
not
analysis.
prescribed.
It's definitely genetic to have OCD in my family.
I don't think it's
Oh,
genetic.
Does that mean you're just like very particular?
Oh.
She's a rare one, is what you can say.
Volleyball court girls don't
Oh
know
my
what I'm talking about.
Alright, guys.
Okay,
Especially
number
the long
17. 4n minus 6. It's got something weird on this one.
Guys.
Do we need to turn?
Oh, and guess whose turn it is?
Teacher's saying,
Isabel's. Girl, it's yours.
Wait,
Bro said mine. She's not
She is.
Clueless.
She's.
Wait, that's a,
Bro said mine. I answered too.
that's a minus, in between the two is,
She's willing and happy to throw Isabel under the bus.
Always.
oh, okay.
Well, if you do something, she's supposed to.
Girl, I do that anyway.
Okay, well, the second term stuff over here is kind of weird, but I mean, it's not. Anyway, Rihanna, what do you think we should do first? Distribute. Okay, so this would be 4n, 4 times -6 is -24. Okay, what about the middle parentheses?
There's a little one. I think.
Negative.
Okay, we could distribute the m, the minus m, -1n. That would work, but it would be easier to just do this. So normally when we have parentheses, they don't simplify like this, but this one is just 3 plus 4. So we can actually do that.
7.
It's 7. Okay, distributive property would have worked, but it would have been more work. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 times -m is -7m. Okay, so it only looked hard. It's not. Just look different. That usually freaks people out when something looks different.
Wait, were we not supposed to distribute a property like that?
I just talked about it for like
Sorry.
30
She said
seconds.
that she can, but it's just more work, so why don't you just add the two because you can actually add those. And it's not
Those
so
are
much
still
as
variables
six.
in the parentheses.
That's right.
Okay, Rihanna, what can we do now?
Do the M's.
Right. 4m minus 7m is -3m. You're getting closer. Now what?
The M. Oh, wait.
You gotta be more specific.
You subtract the M. Wait. Hold on. Oh, wait.
There- There's a couple things you can do. Just guess. It's okay if you're wrong.
Joe, you better shut up. You add the 24 and 2.
Okay, you could do that, and that is legal. But I recommend that we do the m's first.
That's what she was. That's what I was on first.
Okay.
Subtract the 3M.
Okay, so
No, shut up.
you could subtract 8m, but since this 3m is negative, if you want to get rid of it, you would have to add it. You have to do the opposite.
You're good, you're good.
Do we have to do it like that?
No, it works the same no matter, as long as you're following the rules, it works. Okay, so over here is negative 24. Alright, now what?
The 2.
What am I gonna do to the 2?
You add.
Add 2.
I was stressing over here.
It's alright, a lot of people. This was the hardest one we've done so far. It's okay if you don't want to do it. And what's our last step?
Divide.
Okay.
Hey, Rihanna, look at you. Yeah, I know that. Don't. I want to see you. Alright, I'm ready, Mr. Jordan.
Hey, you said my name right. It's about 1 in 5 in this class.
I always think it's ridiculous.
I don't even say your name. That's the first time I've ever called you Mr. Frederick. Savage has it.
But
at least
as
now.
a class, you guys do it all the time.
I don't even say that.
0.25x minus.
If you don't know.
Are you covering your mouth?
She still has sir. She still has Yeah, I had whooping cough over the summer. It's still weird, believe it or not.
Sometimes it's hard to get the junk out of your lungs.
Okay, so you do the X's, right?
Yep.
Okay.
This actually is pretty close to number 1. There's just decimals. So what do we do? Shh.
You combine our terms, so the X's, right?
Be more specific.
Minus 0.75 to the 0.2.
Yep, that works. You can minus 0.75x or you can minus 0.25x.
Yeah, hold on, let me write this down first.
You just choose.
Mr. Jordan.
What's go ahead.
Will there be any answers that are fractions
Yeah, a bunch of them.
on the easy ones?
Yep. 1, 2, 3. 12 or 4, yeah. 12 is a fraction. Okay.
I thought I just wrote
Do you guys know what a quarter minus 75 cents is?
50 cents.
Point
Negative
five?
50 cents.
Negative 50 cents. Or negative 0.5x. Alright, now what?
Okay. And then you add 3.028.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. So if it's a decimal problem, it's preferable to have a decimal answer as opposed to a fraction. If it's not a decimal problem, fractions are the best.
Why are my hands? Stop, don't rub your hands on my pants.
This comes out as negative, what, 22.18.
Hands on my pants. It's like you wet, sweaty hands on my
Oh
pants.
yeah, it's kind of like multiplying by 2.
You read it wrong. It's 2.2. Just kidding.
Bro's trying to
I
act.
really got there though.
He's smarter than the math teacher. I'm pretty sure. Bailey?
Right, that's
It's right.
right. Yeah, that's the right.
I copied it out of the book, and dividing by half is like multiplying by 2, so anyway, it is right.
Last one.
Okay, 5, 4, 6 plus 3.
Let's go. Come on, Lola.
Got this, lady.
Stay
Wait, it's
strong.
mine?
Yes.
What a shame.
No, it's
Waiting
no, it's Gracie's.
She was class.
She's right there. Oh, hi, Gracie.
Alright, Layton, what do we do first?
Subtract 3 from both sides.
Subtract 3. Let's not do that first. Usually you want to do the x's first so you know which side you're trying to get the other numbers to. So,
Subtract 3/4 from both sides.
minus 3/4 x. So what is 5/4 minus 3/4?
1/4.
Try again.
What?
Try again.
Oh, 2/4, a half.
And what does 2/4 turn into a half? Yes.
Good.
Alright, now what?
Wyatt.
Subtract 3 from both sides.
5/45.
No fractions on this. That's not the answer. Okay, we're not multiplying by half. What are we doing? We're dividing by half. Which does not make 5.5.
I was kidding. I didn't write it down, so technically.
Dividing by half, you guys remember, what did you call it? Keep, change, flip. So it's like multiplying by 2, so it's just negative 22.
It's negative 22.
Because it takes 22 halves to get to 11. That's what it is. Okay, anyways,
Mr. Jordan, what would happen if I were to yawn and sneeze at the same time?
I don't think your body would allow it.
No, don't. It's about what?
Yawn and sneeze at the same time.
Sounds like